What are you saying? What are you saying?
Welcome all. Guys, time to uncover the killer.
Hiva requested our presence. Enkidu surpassed his master Gilgamesh.
Attention, every...
Tea? Coffee?
Ophelia, you don't need to.
I would have served everyone a chamomilla infusion. People tend to get lofty in these situations. We need to be proactive and take control when possible.
Everyone! After some inquiries, we believe now is the time to uncover the truth.
Good save, doormat.
No offense, friendo, but I'm not expecting much from you and Ava.
Oh, look who's talking. We did a super official investigation. What about y'all?
Someone had to maintain peace and order.
And we checked the perimeter for clues.
There was a duty to perform, and we performed it to the best of our abilities.
We don't need an official title to be useful.
Yes, someone had to get to the bottom of this.
This is not a fucking game, even if some of you treat it like such. Time to stop this fucking dilly-dallying.
The old man is dead and... worst of all, the field of puta that did it hauled him around like a sack of shit.
True. There are several signs that Gio wasn't dealt a final blow where he was found.
No doubt.
Only some of us are strong enough to carry Daddy Gio.
Call him Daddy one more time.
You mean only arm strength? No way.
Yeah, I don't see any of us capable of that.
He fell down the slope.
Good. Yeah, that makes sense.
Interesting. He was extremely bruised and disheveled for that.
If the specialist says so.
Pity the towel stayed on.
It's the same balancing trick you use for that useless coat of yours. Or your nose if you don't fucking stop with the jokes.
I've seen these towels before.
Yes, and by the state of the towel, I'd even say it's a clue to some very important information. Establishing right away that Gio was abducted 1 week ago. The towel can tell us where that happened.
Yes, he was most likely abducted in the spa, on top of the volcano.
That makes sense for the timeline in hand.
Marty, we toast know when he puffed out. What's important is who did it.
As no one mastered the gift of omnipresence, the killer is the one that claims no alibi.
I thought that was one of your abilities, weirdo.
You mock the Master of Shadows?
Everyone mocks the Master of Shadows. Calm up, Pete. This is serious business.
Let's recap. Ava was locked in a room.
As she should be.
Hey!
I was with Isak.
So I confirm. Harry was under my protection for the entirety of the evening.
As far as I know, no one else has an alibi.
Annie was washing the kitchen that night. The pavlova was really messy.
Did anyone help her?
No.
Not really.
Anika's the maid. Go figure.
Tea or biscuit, anyone?
I'll take a biscuit. Thanks, Annika.
I took a picture of that night with my cultures.
You have a pic from the 2 nights.
I have a picture for each night I worked on the project.
Don't be shy. Show us that shit.
Sure.
This just tells us you were playing with bacteria at the resort at that time.
They indeed have bacteria in them, but...
I don't care, honey!
What were you doing during that night?
And you?
I asked first. But I'm not a little kid, so I can't say right away that I was in my bedroom.
So high and mighty.
Maybe you could just clarify and tell them.
Okay, fine. We were drinking Gio's secret stash together, alright?
He sure had good taste, Uvel. Also, no sex jokes?
I don't make sex jokes about my sex partners.
Thanks, Kreda.
There's no time for cheap humor in these proceedings.
Calm your bits. Where were you that night?
I have no alibi, but I'm confident I won't be tried as a culprit today.
That's not very enlightening.
Paw Patrol has few alibis.
True. We need more.
Wait. Pal Patrol? You mean our group?
Yes?
I like it. It has a good ring to it.
I think they're mocking us.
Number 1 rules against bullies: never recognize when they've insulted you.
Ahem. The Paw Patrol lets such stuff happen during their watch. Or like they're totes in cahoots with the killer. Or / one of them is the killer. Or it's totes the boss pal done gay.
What?
That's true. The wheelbarrow was found in the basement. And it's fair to say that Gio was definitely carried in it. There was blood on it, which was consistent with the tracks at the spa. But how did the wheelbarrow make it back under their surveillance?
Food for thought, but let's return to the previous point. Why was Gio thrown downhill?
A surprise attack from behind.
That makes no fucking sense, red popsicle of a woman. He was a captive at this point. No need to boo him the fuck down the hill.
Maybe he was attacked.
He jumped down, scared of the baddies!
Jumping down also feels out of the question. Even if Gio tried to escape, he wouldn't willingly choose that escape route.
But as he was very weak, maybe it was almost an accident?
Almost pulls a lot of weight in that sentence.
But Gio was strong enough to survive the fall, at first.
That's true. He died some time after the fall.
He even used his last moments to help us, Deus o tenha.
Let me take a look. That's... No, that's IS, for Isaac.
You fool! I was making preparations for the Disciplot! The priest saw you before Lady Amaterasu would greet us again.
You mean before sunrise?
You could have had the time to kill Giovanni.
I am fast, but not that fast.
Anx took a long time in the bathroom.
Ani arrived very early! Ani was not prepared! Ani needs to go to the bathroom.
That's not enough! Explain yourself, Byster Julius!
This is not a point worth pursuing. Annika was seen more times during the night, right?
Indeed, she was.
Just leave her alone.
This was a big detour. So, the message points to whom?
Sasha?
That's cute. Let's talk dirty now. Let's talk about diabetes.
Diabetes?
Yes, not all of you knew, but Gio had diabetes.
Oh. Oh! I see now!
One more card he hid well under his sleeve.
How do you know? Did he tell you?
Why do you care?
Doesn't matter right now.
We've found the Achilles heel.
As a lot of you might know, diabetes is not a wank in the park.
Yeah. A gym buddy of mine had to deal with that. Pal checked his sugars constantly.
Well, exercise is essential to manage a chronic condition such as diabetes. But it can also radically alter the levels of glycemia in the body. Constant monitoring is necessary.
No wonder Giovanni knew so much about health and exercise.
He would need to balance his glycemia levels through artificial insulin. As states of hyper or hypoglycemia leave the subject severely weakened, or even life-threatened.
So, if this state could be induced, even the mighty Gio would be overpowered? How could someone cause this off balance?
Maybe by tampering with his insulin pens?
No, he kept them close to his bod or in his room.
What about like someone tampering with his monitor thingy?
He kept that shit in the room too. But he was always too stubborn to use the damn thing. He trusted his own intuition.
That is not all advisable. Could have administered incorrect doses of insulin by accident.
After years of doing this, I'm not expecting him to conveniently make a mistake now.
Maybe the sugar then?
Okay, let's see. What did Gio eat the day he disappeared that could be connected to this? Pavlova. We had Pavlova that day.
Did the pavlova have a lot of sugar?
Amazing! It was sugar with sugar in the side of sugar.
Curious. Because I found something odd in the jungle not far from our patrol routes. Let me show you the pic I took of it.
From 3 days ago.
Someone dumped it in a rush. It's not even well hidden.
And it's not far from the kitchen either. So the pavlova was very sweet, and someone disposed of all that sugar.
Annie has not ordered sugar in a long time.
What if part of the sugar was rat poison and someone got rid of the leftovers?
Honey would have noticed.
Aha! You tote slipped now.
It was you, maid!
But the pavlova was still sweeter than a nun's tit. It'd be easier if the substance looked and tasted like sugar. Like a sweetener.
A sweetener? Really?
We commonly call substances that are used to substitute sugar sweeteners. Sugar is actually a sweetener.
Spare me the technicals, Curie.
These sugar substitutes, and by sugar, I mean sucrose from sugarcane, are substances that confer sweet taste without rapidly increasing glucose levels. And diabetes is characterized by a resistance or insufficient levels of insulin production, a hormone that regulates the body's absorption of glucose. Some of these substitutes are artificial, like aspartame, and others are from natural sources, like xylitol, produced from agricultural waste, or stevia, from the plant with the same name.
So, if someone substituted the table sugar with a sugar substitute?
Giovanni would self-medicate inadequately and have a hypoglycemic state.
Meaning?
He would feel weak and confused, defenseless even.
And the rising heat would not have helped.
Yeah, he was at the spa when he started to feel weak.
Giovanni was like a lamb to the slaughter.
Yes.
One of you got sweeteners from the sisters.
No way. Gio watched everyone's personal deliveries like a hawk.
Seems we're out of options.
You think you're as smooth as a shaven ass. But you failed to mention one sweetener.
Sugar substitute, and I clearly couldn't list all of them.
Don't interrupt me now. You conveniently forgot one sweetener. One that can be produced from something we did get plenty of.
Corn?
I see. Allulose can be produced by processing corn.
And all that corn went missing.
Transforming corn into some sugary thing you can use in food. Sounds like a complex chemical process, no?
Yes.
I think you're getting there, boyo. Don't let your brain cook over this. Listen.
Hey! Lumi's a brilliant chemist. Making something like allulose would be easy for her.
We're talking about a heavy industrial process. Such a process gives off a terrible odor. I'd be easily caught if I was processing the corn in my lab in the middle of the resort.
That makes sense. Maybe you got it wrong, Harry.
Compelling argument, but there's more to the story, Lieb. Lumi here has been hiding a deep and dark secret. And no, that's not the name of a corny porno I found in the alley. I also have some sweet pics to show the class.
You call this photography?
No time to adjust the settings, doll. Could be worse. Like having no time to hide a murdering rock or something.
Where's this from? The military compound? Did you break in?
Hold your horses a bit, Poot.
Surely this doesn't prove I was involved in the murder.
Oh, right. You wanna be fucking demolished before confessing? You have some sort of kink, you deviant.
Harry, look into your evidence and tell us, where is Lumi's lab pick from?
It still looks from the bedroom lab.
Compare them well, Poot. Look for details.
I see now. It's from that new place you found.
Where is this veiled place?
It's an underground location behind a secret entrance in the spa.
Where the tracks end.
Yes.
Any proof that the corn ended up there?
We found some crumbles, yes.
Let me get this straight. For all of this to make sense, I needed to be able to produce an industrial-grade compound in an amateur lab inside a bunker. And after that, have Annika use that product in order to make Giovanni a little dizzy.
The whole ass story about Gio tumbling around from pure disorientation isn't any better.
But Gio's back was hurting. He wasn't well.
That reminds me, it was Lumi who recommended Gio go to the spa.
She also gave him a massage.
It worked great on Annie's tired back.
Did wonders on me too, but Gio got a lot worse after it.
It's normal to respond differently to a similar treatment.
Sounds like Lumikas was pulling Gyok's strings the whole time.
Yes.
She abducted him and then did whatever she wanted with him. Should I be jelly? We have the whole pic now. Let's do that thing where we tell everyone what happened. Mighty, this one for you.
However...
Gyok's hurts his robust back carrying the Christmas delivery boxes.
Lumi steals the corn that was supposed to be for Isak's Yule celebration.
She?
No.
Rude. As I was saying...
Yule. Isn't Yule in Norwegian? Christmas?
Ox, I'm talking here.
In Jalu in Finnish.
Why are you even OMG, fine. Is Jolud in Estonian too?
Similar sounding words in Nordic countries. What does that even matter?
But they are right. It's literally the same holiday. And you try to make it a separate one.
That's Yule. It's supposed to be a different holiday.
Nowadays, it's basically Christmas.
But...
Bear in mind, you were the one ordering the corn. Now that I think about it, the delivery was maize. This type of corn makes no sense for a Norse ritual, and you know that.
Of course! Maize is a food which came to Europe after the Age of Exploration, right?
Exactly.
I was just adapting the non-essential elements of the ritual to our ever-changing times.
So it was just a coincidence? Being the exact ingredient Lumi would have needed to produce allulose?
Yes! Lumi, or whoever it was, just got lucky! I bet the Jobberin Cat's granddaughter would use whatever she could get her hands on.
That would be poor insight and planning.
Ah! This is just persecution from the spawns of Christ!
funny you say that because I think the planks that were found in the basement were for a cross.
So what? Would the priest of Odin be worshipping the Vatican idol?
Or you intended on mocking Geo by putting him on a cross.
You wanted to do what?
This is madness! There is nothing to this story!
There was a gap, a hole in the ground at the spa. It fits the plank if you place it down.
Foolish accusations by the Grand Inquisitor himself! And like the Inquisitors of old, you only have a handful of conjectures and fabulations. Lumi is the one with the hidden laboratorium. Laboratoria? Who knows?
But you knew about this hidden location, right? You told us about it a long time ago.
Don't put words in my mouth, woman!
It was during the last time we did this. Don't you remember, Harry?
Now that you mention it... This is too much of a coincidence.
Sounds like Isu just being Isu.
I bet Isaac knew about the hidden lab too. Which reminds me, I saw a typewriter in Sasha's photo. The note I got that night. It was Isaac! Isaac blackmailed me!
Blackmail?
Yes! The note was written on a typewriter and it all fits! Take a look at it. I'm sorry, Harry. I thought my family was in danger. The note came with a photo of my family and I thought it was from someone on the outside. The typed words, the photo.
It's okay, I understand. I'm sorry for doubting you.
It's okay. Let's move on. We're onto something here.
Yes.
You're not even close! You say I kept Geo in the tunnels all that time?
No one mentioned the tunnel at all, dumb fuck!
Oh!
There's a tunnel?
Yeah, and that goes from the spa to a spot near a nice little resort. With elevators, e-scooters, blackjack, and hookers!
So, you knew?
Say, love, let's not pretend there's no secrets between us.
Wouldn't that cut the journey's time?
By a lot, yes, Brolio.
Oh, filho da puta. All this time going around under our feet and torturing Gio.
Love is a drug that pollutes your brain into fumes of wild imagination. Was he even tortured? Are you imagining Sisyphus up and down the mountain?
We're not dumb, you wanker!
Those cuts were too precise and deep to be accidental. Also clean, broken bones. I agree. Gio was tortured.
Bastard!
OMG, guys, this is going completely overboard! Lumikaz is the bad guy! You're forgetting the message Giox left us. Sasu said that it was tampered. And Lumi was hugging the bot for some fake autopsy. She totes did it because the message was about her.
Hold on. There's no proof she did it.
Well, P for brains is sure reminding us of an important clue. I firstly thought it said Lou, and Lumi scratched it to look like LL, but... Check the photo. What do you think?
It's difficult to see what's not there.
Ani remembers. It wasn't like this when Ani saw it.
Of course. You were the first to see the body.
Ani read I-L.
I think they're initials.
For two of us.
Yes, it's... for Isak and Lumi. They were in on this together.
I don't believe they were true partners in crime.
Yeah, Isak must be the killer.
We already proved Lumi's involved.
It's one thing is to be involved in the process, but another to actually kill.
She's not just involved, she's deep in it. She was totally on board. The first thing she did after the body was found was lie through her teeth. How quick she was to tell a fucking fairy tale. And yes, a sorry joke of a story. This is baby's first steps in killing, after all.
She did lie about Gio's injuries, but only when we found the body.
Really? Think again, Harry boy.
She only stated the time of death.
Oh, great. You got there.
When do you think he died?
Sometime around sunrise. He was still far from rigor mortis.
Lumi was clearly forging a timeline.
That doesn't prove anything. She was lured by Isaac through their common interest in the spiritual world. And then he blackmailed her like he did to me. I also lied and hid a lot of things because of his ruse. So Isaac must have pushed her to lie about Gio's state.
Mia, Lumi went beyond that, didn't she? She lied about other things involving that night. Stuff she had no business lying about. Put, help Mia here. She must see this for what it is.
Lumi told me that she saw Mia leaving for the jungle that night.
Maybe she saw me. I did leave for the jungle.
But what are the odds? And did she have to put you on blast?
I didn't understand why you were so quick to point fingers at me that night.
Although, Lumi wasn't the only one trying to blame Mia.
Who else, pal?
Isak stated that Dan and Mia were together that night.
What? But for Dory, that's not true!
What even is the truth? The Master.
Isaac's been spinning a web of lies since the Yule discussion. He even found a way to plant alibis at critical points in the timeline. Isaac was with me during that night, a few hours before Gio's death. He convinced me to go ahead with the ritual to trap Gio, while he was well aware of his fate. But Isaac just wanted to make sure I'd be there, because I would be the detective on the soon-to-be case. He did the same thing during Gio's abduction. He asked me to be with him. No wonder he knew so much about the investigation timeline.
Something I might add would usually bore him to death.
And he also tried to convince us that Annika could be the culprit. So much so that Isaac even let slip that he was the one who suggested using carts.
With so much corn, people would have naturally used the wheelbarrow to transport it all. But they needed it free, hence the carts. Although, really, now that we know the correct timeline and the existence of the tunnels, all of these alibis are meaningless. The signs point more and more towards Isaac.
He is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the killers. But you are a fucking one-eyed snake if you can't see that Lumi was playing the game too. She infiltrated her skinny ass in your Dear Pal Patrol and used you, Bratwurst. She evaded the room search by using her own patrol route to get rid of evidence. The sugar... even a fucking wheelbarrow!
Also, the massage she gave Gio was a very Lumi tactic. Like the allulose, I don't believe Isaac came up with that.
Thinking this rationally.
And Lumi was there for the torture. Those days-old cuts would be pus-infected without her hand. Isaac wouldn't care for that.
But that means she was there, trying her best to do some good.
The torture went beyond cuts and broken bones. Something deeply disturbing was being done to him.
Yes, Gio was kept weak.
What I've seen of him and know of him seems more planned than accidental, yes.
No sleep, no food, and still alive for a week. The delicate and precise work of a psychopath. Would I dare to fucking say?
She could have been pressured.
Are you kidding? Is the Panzer Chocolade cooking your brain?
Lumi would never.
I don't care about your summer fling.
This is not...
People! A lot of info is being thrown around. I need to think. Mia, come with me.
Me?
Are you effing kidding me? Harks!
Hurry up! We're not here for your quickie.
What's wrong, Harry?
I needed to collect my thoughts. But I don't think there's anything else we can do apart from present what happened. Maybe if we explain the full timeline, we can get to the bottom of this. And trap Isaac that way. Are you ready?
Me? Not Eva?
I'm truly sorry about all this mess. This island, this badge, this detective thing. All I can see are secrets, alibis, clues, evidence, doubt, and a trail of lies. It's like I can't trust anyone.
Oh, Harry. I know. I'm not totally fine. But I know. We'll have time for this conversation later.
Yes.
For now, it's time to uncover the truth. Maybe save lives. And friendships.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Finally!
We're ready.
For what?
To retell the events that brought us here.
Let's start.
We can't be completely sure, but I think their connection starts with the seance. Isaac's fake spirituality entranced Lumi.
Let's keep this strictly about facts and timelines.
You're right.
I received an anonymous message pointing towards Gio's alleged suspicious activities.
Gather around!
Isaac told us he wanted to organize Yule, but it was a ruse to mask their activities. Then Giovanni injured his back carrying the Christmas delivery.
Something Isaac decided to use in their favor.
Meanwhile, Lumi and Isaac stole the corn that was supposed to be for Isaac's ritual. And they took it through the tunnel to the underground lab.
Lumi gave a massage to Gio to make his back problem worse. And Giovanni ate the pavlova full of substitute sugar and took too much insulin. Then he headed to the volcanic spa to heal his back.
By Lumi's recommendation. Isaac made sure he was seen at the resort, so Lumi took over. She took the tunnel, attacked a weakened Gio, and wheelbarrowed him through the tunnels. The producers tried to cover Gio's abduction. Torturing goes on for days. The two are rarely seen at the same time and never for long. They even pretended they weren't spending time together anymore. Yet they were preparing to kill Gio in a very flashy way, by crucifixion. So Isaac sold the idea of the Yule ritual as a trap to catch Gio. To guarantee that I would see Isaac far away from the crime scene. And Gio on the cross.
The triumphal defeat of Giovanni Lombardi.
Isaac wrote the note to Mia which forced her to stay away from the resort. Without an alibi, she'd be a major suspect.
On that night, they brought Gio to the top of the volcano. And he fell down the mountain at 5 a.m.
Sorry to interrupt, but it was 4:35 to 4:40 a.m. when he fell. He probably died later around 5 a.m.
But... right.
It was too late and dark to check where the body fell. So they assumed no one would find the body immediately. Then Isaac and Lumi rushed to the resort to show their faces and escort the Yule party. Our group left at 6 a.m. without Isaac. He followed closely behind. Lumi then tried to steer us from the body, but she didn't know where it was.
At 8 a.m., Harrison, Annika, and Lumi find Gio's body.
Lumi pretended to examine the body and scratched part of the L. Then proceeded to give me a false hour of death to correspond with their alibis.
You!
Taking every opportunity to frame Dan and Mia.
They returned the wheelbarrow using Lumi's patrol and discarded and dismantled the crucifix. They also hastily tossed the sugar on the jungle floor before the room searches.
After that, it was just a matter of watching how well their plan fooled us.
That is a rather succinct review of...
Oh, the lies! How they stumble to make us take the fall for this dirty sin. Oh, please. What would my parents think of this spectacle? Of the man judged by his peers to be a monster. Oh! Oh! You fools! You expected me to grovel and plead. I am no man. What a glorious death at the hands of the mighty and the divine. A majestic ruse. From the pavlova to his swan song. I'm amazed you lowly animals were able to see through a nun's silky veins. I commend you for that. Is there anything more to say of the fallen man in the jungle? He served our appetites well, the brute creature. Marked like the cattle he was by the sins that followed him. We liberated his soul into the peaceful miasma he longed for and belongs to. The dead volcano also helped. A fitting end for a Neapolitan, dare I say.
Filho da puta, monte de esterco. You can't even say his name.
You simpleton! Helvete!
The god bleeds.
Kind of decent speech, but next time, more sexiness and less dated lingo.
This is depressing. I can't believe Lumi was dragged into this.
Lumi, you can talk to us now about what happened.
You pathetic sack of fermented shit! That man had more dignity and courage in his white hairy pubes than you'll ever have.
Yes! I want to see the berserkers brawling over the sticks! As justice turns to wrath, vengeance shall be mine!
Get over it, Energumenu. You were caught. In the end, your plan was shit.
You imp! Ha! You behold me as the villain of this tale? It's the destiny of the chosen to be singled out as the devil. But surprise! Lumi wrote the blackmail note, not me.
Of course. You knew about my family.
I'm sorry. I never wanted to hurt you.
Disgraceful! I saw greatness in you! I took your hand to see the wonders of the world! And this is how you repay me. By sobbing in confession.
Isak, can you stay quiet?
What?
Every step of the way, you undermine the plan.
Lumi?
Ooh, where's the popcorn?
Gio fell because of you.
Me? Yes, of course. I threw him.
No, he fell by accident. That wasn't supposed to happen. You decided to crucify him without consulting me first. Surprises create disorder. Disorder creates accidents.
You think of yourself as cunning as Väinämöinen.
We agreed on a time for the killing. Why did you arrive 3 hours late? That's how you get caught. Did you want to get caught?
The plan was devised accounting for unpredictable.
No, it wasn't. Not at all. I told you that several times. You are the most incompetent person I've ever met. You couldn't even compensate for the consequences of your actions. They found the body first!
Lumi,
What?
how did he put you up for this?
The dark tides called her.
No one forced me. It was of my own volition. I'm sorry, but it was my own choice.
Oh! Nonsense! I'm the mighty.
You're the mighty scrambled shit on a grave if you don't shut up.
Show's over, guys. Ooh, better luck next time.
Order! Order! Everyone, we need to decide their sentences.
Shove them in their bedroom, they say. It's fine and dandy, they say.
Let their blood flow. Maybe people will learn the lesson this time.
Agreed.
That's not good.
Kill the gods, won't you? Insolent vermin.
No more dead people!
But we definitely need harsher sentences.
No! We're not turning into them!
I agree. We can't kill them.
A death sentence is too much for us. Maybe.
There won't be any executions on this island.
No one appointed you as judge and sheriff of this town. I'm not leaving the decision to the ones who betrayed Mafia in his time of need.
I sincerely apologize for what happened, but their deaths won't bring him back. And we have whole lives ahead of us. Do you really want to carry that burden?
It's a bigger burden to let them live.
Let's vote.
No. No! Mafia deserves a fair trial, not a popularity vote.
I'm sorry, but the lives of the group should be decided by the whole group.
But...
I vote no, regarding the bloody, savage killing of two brilliant minds.
Killers don't get to vote. Prisoners have no democratic rights.
As is customary in modern societies, yes.
Who votes yes?
let's kill them. A pena de morte é pouco para estes montes de merda.
Yes! Time to make Colombian neckties with their balls.
And no?
It's a no from me.
My vote is no too. Dan?
Not good. Yeah, I don't know.
No one takes us seriously with these prison sentences.
Look around. Who's the next killer? You?
Oh, no. I'm not falling for that one now, Harry boy. Maybe it's you. You're so dead set on keeping them alive. Do you want to have Isak on the weekends for your golden shower sessions?
He's not exactly my type, but I can work with what I have.
Shut up, you piece of poser vomit!
Either no wins, or there's a draw. Let's put them in house arrest. At least for now.
You sly fuck.
I agree. Let's lock them in their rooms.
This is not over, payaso.
Sasha, Chica, help me get the killers back into their rooms.
Sure.
You too, Ava. I didn't forget.
Harks, you prommed.
You prommed, Hoxie boy?
Sorry, Ava, but I can't let you be free. For now.
Hoi?
Listen.
But I helped.
I know. That's why I'll help you too. From now on, I'll be the one guarding you.
Thank you, Harks.
I was more than capable of maintaining my duties, pal.
I'll take Ava to her room. Get Isaac and Lumi in theirs.
Humph. Let's go, people.
Yes.
Sure.
Mia, meet me in the garden. I want to talk to you.
Got it.
Ooh, what's the goss here?
None of your business. Okay, time to go, Ava.
I don't want to believe.
Hey.
Hey.
So... Isaac and Lumi. In hindsight, not much of a surprise.
But...
Though, not the Lumi part. There's something about her, but I wouldn't pin her as a killer.
Harry...
I'm sorry. You were really good friends with her, right?
Are you interrogating me? Oh, I'm kidding, Harry. Lumi... missed. I started to hang out with her a bit more, yes. We had some things in common. Maybe more than I initially thought I would. She's a really sweet girl. Or at least she seemed like she was. I still feel there's something good in there, you know?
You really liked Lumi, didn't you?
I thought I knew her. I still feel I do. And we don't just stop liking people all of a sudden. If I could erase her from my mind, wouldn't that be easier?
Pain is there to help us heal.
I know.
If we were able to just erase our loved ones from our heads when life goes wrong, we wouldn't be able to find them again, further down the line.
Meine Kleinen. We fucked up, didn't we?
Swearing? Mia!
Oh, Harry. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hide this or anything. We were just fans of big walks in the jungle.
It sure beats big walks on the beach.
Yeah. Let's be honest with each other. Ask me anything.
Oh!
Don't worry. I just want us to be transparent.
Right. I think I understood your absences. That's what happened? That day when Annika knocked on your door for Val's phone?
I barely remember what I did that day. But probably yes. Oh, I remember now. Lumi invited me on a discovery trip of sorts. She found some beautiful orchids near the military base. I wouldn't peg her as a flower lover. I don't know why. But yes, we were just strolling around, that's all.
What about the box?
What box?
The box?
Which box?
A special delivery from the Christmas and Yule delivery?
Oh, right. Drawing supplies.
Well, that explains a lot.
Any more blind spots?
I know about the note already.
I did say I'd tell you about it when I could.
Yes, you did. You ended up not having much to hide.
Yes. It truly tore me apart that you didn't trust me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You were only a suspect because I stopped trusting you.
Well, honestly, you had to be impartial.
But if I cared, I could have found you. I could have just asked. Will you forgive me?
Only if you forgive me first.
I don't think I have to forgive of anything.
Let me have the cool moment phrase thingy.
Okay.
I missed this. I missed us. You know, I know people think I was miserable for having to take care of my siblings. I mean, what kind of dreams can someone have when they have to provide for a large family? But I love them to bits. I need them. I truly do. Being away from them is torture. Away from them and my friends. Amongst strangers. Strangers that kill each other. But you were there. If I hadn't befriended you, I'd be a jaded, depressed mess right about now. When we left each other stranded, it was harder than being alone at the beginning. A bleeding hole that was left. But in the end, I feel I was a better person for having you in my life. And I'll be a better person for having you back too.
I feel the same.
This was a very long day. Shall we return?
Yes, we should.